So guys, welcome back to my channel, and I hope you guys are doing a good job. So our today's topic is EIGRP, right? So EIGRP basically it stands for Enhanced Interior Gateway Routing Protocol, right? It is one of the protocol which we use for communicating a different network, right? As you must have seen that we have already discussed about this RIP version 1, RIP version 2 and the static routing. So today we are just going to discuss about this EIGRP, right? So EIGRP stands for Enhanced Interior Gateway Routing Protocol, and this protocol was developed by Cisco in 1992, and earlier it was Cisco proprietary only. It means it was getting used in the Cisco devices only, right? It was not compatible with any of the other device and other routers, right? I mean to say, right? But later on it became open standard, so it was getting used with different devices also, like HP, Aruba. So it was started getting used in other devices also, but it was not so popular because it used to work well in the Cisco devices only, right? So that is what the companies were not using this EIGRP after it became this protocol as the open standard, right? If I talk about the history of this EIGRP, so prior to EIGRP it was IGRP, right? So later on it became this EIGRP, right? So IGRP stands for Interior Gateway Routing Protocol, and it used to follow the Bellman Ford Algorithm, right, which basically works on minimum hop count. So as you must have seen my previous video, right, in RIP, where we have already discussed about this Bellman Ford algorithm. So as per the Bellman Ford algorithm, it basically works on minimum hop counts, right? So let me just give you an example. Let's say we are having two routes, right, to reach one particular destination, and in first of the route, let's say we are having a good bandwidth with 1 Gbps link, right? But in 1 Gbps link we are having like 3 routers, right? 3 hop counts we have, and in the other side, let's say we are having 100 Mbps link, and in that link we are only having only 2 hop counts, right? So what Bellman Ford algorithm used to do, it used to work with the minimum hop count. So in this case it is going to use that 100 Mbps link because it was having less less routes, right? So it was having minimum hop counts, in other words, if I wanted to say, right? So if we get into more about this EIGRP, basically EIGRP works on dual algorithm, right? It's a diffusing update algorithm, right? And it works on IP protocol number 88, correct? And EIGRP is a distance vector protocol, and it comes under IGP, right? That is Interior Gateway Protocol. So guys, we have already discussed that we are having like IGP and EGP. In the IGP we are having RIP version 1, RIP version 2, right? And EIGRP, OSPF, all these comes under this IGP, right? If we talk about this EGP, in EGP we are having this BGP, right, Border Gateway Protocol, that we have already discussed in my previous video, where I have discussed about this RIP, Routing Information Protocol, right? So if we talk about the multicast address of this EIGRP, so EIGRP multicast address is 224.0.0.10, right? Basically what happens is, let's say we are having two different devices, we are having two routers, and we have configured this EIGRP on both the routers. So basically it is going to like send the hello packets to all its connected device wherever we have enabled this EIGRP, right? So guys, please hold for a second. Sorry guys. So we have talked about this multicast address of this EIGRP. So basically what happens is, whenever in whatever devices we have configured this EIGRP, so it always does the multicast, right, on those devices where this EIGRP has been configured, right, and it sends the request, it sends the hello message to this IP, right, multicast address, right. So every router sends the hello to the other one, right. So if we talk about the AD value of this EIGRP, so the AD value of EIGRP is 90. Now we are just going to talk about the hello timer in EIGRP. So in hello timer is like 5 second, and the hold down timer is the 15 second, I mean to say. So hello timer, I just wanted to give you more explanation on this. Is like, let us say we are having two routers, and we have configured the EIGRP on both the router. So first router is going to say hello to the other router, right, and the other router has to respond within 15 seconds, right. That is called hold down timer, right. I hope it is clear to you. Correct. So in EIGRP we have a concept of autonomous number, right. So what autonomous number is, we are just going to see it in detail also, right. But I would like to give you the range of this autonomous numbers, that is between 1 to 65,535, right. This is the range. Basically, when we use this autonomous number, whenever we will be configuring this EIGRP on a router, so we are just going to, whenever we will write the command router EIGRP, then we have to put one number, right. So that can be any number of any of your choice, right, because you know that like EIGRP works within the company, right. So you can make use of any autonomous number. It is similar to the IP addresses you use in your company environment, right. You must be aware about this free IP addresses like 172.16.0.1 or 192.168.1 dot something or 192.168.0 dot something, right. So that you have already seen, and you must have also seen the class B address also, like 10.0.0.1 or 11.12 dot, right, and so on, correct. So in EIGRP, basically there is a faster convergence also. Let's say we are having two different routes to reach one particular destination, and because of any reason, like if any of our route is like not able to reach, then it will automatically switch it to the other one, right. So that is called the faster convergence, correct. So in EIGRP we are having, EIGRP creates like three tables. First one is neighbor table, right, another one is topology table, and the final one is routing table, right. So in neighbor table, it will be having the information of all the directly connected devices which are configured to use EIGRP, right. Second one is topology table. In the topology table we will be having list of all the routes, right. So what I mean to say by list of all the routes, let's say we are having like let's say we have to reach one particular destination. Let me just give you an example. Let us say we have to reach to Bangalore, right. So we are having, let's say, three different routes. We can go by air, we can go by train, we can go by road also, right. So we will take these as different routes, right. So in the IT technology, let's say we are having three different routes. Let's say we have configured via let's say one road, and other is via like by flight, and other by train, right. So in general, if I'll make it more clear to you, let's say if we are in the packet tracer, right, and we have three different routes. We have one route, router 1, which is going at one side, and we are having also one more router 2, which is also taking me to through different route, and similarly we have router 3, which is also taking me to the same destination, but there might be some distance, like from one route it is, let's say 2000 kilometers, and from other route it is just like 1950 kilometers, and one route is like taking 2200 kilometers, right. So basically what happens is, because we are talking about this topology table, so this topology table will have all the routes information, like whatever routes we have to reach one particular destination. So all those routes will be available in my topology table, right? And the third table we have is the routing table. So in the routing table we will be having the best path. So when we talk about the best path, so routing table will be having the information where it is very near to us, right? So it will be having the best path through which we can reach the destination in a less span of time, right? So that is known as best path, right? So now we are just going to talk about the EIGRP packets. So EIGRP is having 5 packets. So number 1 is hello packet, number 2 is update, number 3 is query, number 4 is reply, and number 5 is acknowledgement, right? So if we get into these hello, update, query, reply, acknowledgement, so whenever we configure this EIGRP on the router, so it sends a hello message to each other, right? So basically a hello what should I say, hello protocol is working in both the devices. So every router which is configured as a EIGRP, so they have to send the hello to each other, right? So if they are still in the silent mode and nobody is working on the devices, and then again they have to say hello to each other, right? So basically what happens is, when they are saying hello to each other, so they basically check the physical connectivity, right? Because they always keep on checking the physical connectivity. In other words, I must say, so they always check the keep alive, right? So that is what they say hello to each other. Then we have one more packet called update. So if any of the router is having let's say there is some issue with one of the route, right? So all the routers will going to send the update, router is going to send the update message to all, stating, do you know the information about this router, do you know the information about this router, like this. So that is update. After that we have something called query. If once they will do the update, then they will query, they will query to each other, right? They will set the update information, any of the modification is going on in the router configuration, then it is going to be updated, and then they are going to query to all the connected devices if you have the information about this particular location, right? Then accordingly it is going all the routers are going to reply, right? If they have the information about that network, then they are just going to reply, and in the last they are going to acknowledge, right? Acknowledgement is just acknowledge, we have received your information and we have stored in our table, right? So this was all about the theoretical part of this EIGRP. Now I'm just going to take you into the practical way, how we can configure this EIGRP in Cisco Packet Tracer. That we are just going to see it in detail, right? So let me just open my Packet Tracer. Just hold for a second. I'm just opening my Packet Tracer, and then we will be taking 2 devices. So basically we will be creating 2 different network, and then we will try to configure this EIGRP, and then we will see how it works, right? So basically it is similar to this RIP only, because in RIP also we used to tell the routers about our directly connected devices. So we are just going to do the same thing in this EIGRP also, right? So let me just log into my Packet Tracer. Right. So now we are into the Packet Tracer, right? So guys, what we are going to do, we are just going to take 2 routers here, right? So I'm just going to take this 2811, this is one router, and I'm just going to take one more router here also, so that we will be able to check the connectivity through this EIGRP protocol, right? And I'm also going to take one switch also here, so that I can connect my AND devices with these switches, right? So let me just take one more switch for this network also, right? And here I am just going to take some AND devices here, right? So I am going to take two devices here and two laptops here, right? Right. So this is my network. So let me make use of this automatic cable, right? So guys, as I have already told you that you can make use of this automatic cable also, right? And if you want to make the straight cable, right, between the switch and the end devices, then you can do. And for the same device, we always make use of this crossover cable, right? This is the basics. So but for now I am just going to make use of this automatic cable, because automatic cable works in a automatic way, so it will automatically sense, right? So I am just going to connect my routers also. So this is the connection between my routers, right? So let me just make it more clear to you guys. So that it should look good, right? So let me just EIGRP, right? So guys, I have to take two different networks here, so that we will be checking the communication, right, through this EIGRP. Here I am just going to take my class B address 172.16.0.1, right? So I am going to make it 2. This is going to be my 2, and I'll put this IP as 3 for this. This is my I am just going to assign 3 to this system, right? And this side I am just going to take a different network. Let me just delete this. So here I am just going to take class C address. So 192.168.2.1, right? So for my AND device, I will just take as 192.168.2.2, and for this device I will take it as 2.3. So guys, I hope you guys are enjoying the video, and if you guys have any doubt related to anything, then please let me know. And I would also suggest you to put your queries or question in the comment section, so that I can just read the comment, and then accordingly I can help you on this, right? It is going to help us, right? And if you like the video, then please give your valuable comment, because it is going to motivate me to create more videos, right? So guys, I am just going to take one network here between the routers also. Let's say I am just going to make use of 12 network here, 12.0.0.1, and other side I am just going to make it as 12.0.0.2, right? I'll make it 2, right? So guys, our topology is clear, right? Now what we have to do, we will be starting with configuring the end devices first, then we will move on to the router, and then we will configure this EIGRP, right? So let me just configure the IP address in my first network. So if any of you guys don't know how to assign the IP address to the devices, then I'm just going to explain you once more time. You just need to double click on this device, whatever devices you have, go to IP configuration. Here you just need to assign the IP address, right? And in the gateway I'm just going to make use of 172.16.0.1, because we are just going to assign this IP address to this interface, right? So let me just save it. I will close it. Same thing I'm going to do with the other device. I'll just go to the desktop, IP configuration, and I will put the IP, and I need to assign the gateway also, right? I hope this is clear to all of you, right? So same thing I'm going to do it for my other network also. I'm just going into this end device, desktop, IP configuration, and the IP. Right, and I'm going to assign the IP address for this device also, 192.168.2.3, 192.168.2.1. that is my default gateway, which we are just going to configure at the router interface FA0/0. that will work, that is working as a gateway for my end devices, right? So let me just close this also, right? So guys, as you can see this, like my router is in the shutdown state, because as you can see this red indicates that is in the shutdown mode, right? So by default they will be in the shutdown mode only, so we will have to make it up. So we are just going to see how we will make it up, right? So let me just go to my first router. I'll just go to the CLI command line interface. Here I am just going to say no. I will first enable the router. I'll go to this configuration mode, right? Now what we are going to do, we are just going to assign the IP address to my this interface FA0/0, and what IP we are going to assign, this IP we are going to assign to this interface, and this IP is going to act as a gateway for my end devices, right? So let me just go to my interface, and then the IP address, that is 172.16.0.1, and the subnet mask for this class B would be 255.0.0, right? It's a 16/16 network, right? One second. So there is a mistake in the IP addresses, so let me just correct this. I have taken 3D, so that is the issue, right? So IP address has been assigned. So guys, we have, when we want to make it up, so what command you have to run, you have to say no shut. So no shut command will make it up, right? And if we want to write the configuration, then we can make use of do write. So my configuration is saved. So I'm going to do the same thing for my this interface also, right? FA0/1 interface FA0/1, and the IP address is 12.0.0.1, and the subnet mask for this class A would be 255.0.0.0. Same command I am just going to run here also, no shut, right? I am saving the configuration also, so that in between, if the router gets rebooted, then all our configuration can be removed or washed out, right? So this side also my IP is assigned. So let us check, do show IP interface. So we can make use of this command to check the IPs. So guys, as you can see this, like on fast Ethernet 0/0, we have successfully assigned the IP address as 172.16.0.0.0.1, and it is in the upstate, right? But as you can see this fast Ethernet 0/1, where we have assigned this address 12.0.0.1, this is okay, yes, but it is in the downstate. Why it is in the downstate? I will just show you. It is in the downstate because the other side, like the port is not up. So once we will make it we'll make this port up, then it will automatically be in the upstate, right? So let me just do the configuration in my second router. So guys, as you can see this, we are also having like two interfaces on my second router, where we have this 12 network and the 192 network, right? So we are just going to do the same thing. We are just going to assign the IP addresses to my interfaces, which are like FA0/1, where we have to assign this 12.0.0.2, and we have one more interface called FA0/0, like fast Ethernet 0/0/0. There we are just going to assign 192.168.2.1, right? So let me just go to the CLI. I will say no, I will enable it. Configure terminal, interface FA 0/1 and the IP address 12.0.0.2 and the subnet mask, right, and as usual no shut. So this is in the upstate. Let me just write the configuration and let me just show the IP addresses whether it has been assigned or not. So guys, as you can see this, we are having two ports on this router, FA 0/0, that is showing it as down, and the IP address has not been assigned yet. That you already know, because we have to assign the IP address to this interface also, where we have this 192.168.2.1 like network, right. So but when we talk about this network like 12.0.0.0, it is showing in the upstate, right. So let me just save the configuration and I will just first show, let me just configure the other interface also, then we will go to the first router. Interface FA 0/0, right, IP address 192.168.2.1 and the subnet mask for this class C would be 255.255.255.0 and we will make it no shut. So it will take it to the upstate. So we have saved the configuration also, right. So guys, let me just go to my first router and we will check the check our interface, because earlier we were able to see that one interface was down because of this port, because this port was in the shutdown state. Now this should be in the upstate, right. So I have come to my first router and I am just going to run the same command. So guys, as you can see this, like both of my interface are in the upstate. Fast Ethernet 0/0, this is up. So these should be in the up state, right. 0/1, that is also up, right. So we have successfully assigned the IP addresses and all, right, but we have not done the routing yet, right, because unless and until we will not do the routing, so one network will not communicate to the other, right. So before doing the routing, I'm just going to check, like this is not going to respond because routing has not been configured yet. So we will try to ping the other device and then we will show you after configuring this EIGRP also how the communication happens. I'm just going to ping from this device 172.16.0.2, right, PC0, or if you want to check the IP address of this device also, so you can make use of this IP config, right. So as you can see this, I'm sitting on this particular device and I'm just trying to communicate to this device, right. So to do the communication, we always use this ping utility, which is basically used to check the connectivity between two different devices, right. So I'm just going to say ping space 192.168.2.2. So guys, as you can see this, we are not able to communicate to my different network. So it says destination host unreachable. Basically, whenever we get this destination host unreachable, whenever our router is not having that route, right. So if I'll take you to the router and if I'll show you the IP route, then you will come to know it will be only having the information about the directly connected routes, right. Do show IP route. So guys, as you can see this, it is only having the information about its directly connected network, right. So it is having 12 network, this network it is talking about, and it is also having this 172 dot network, right. So it is not having the information about the other network. So that is what they are not able to communicate to each other, right. So for that only we are just going to configure this EIGRP, right. So what we need to do to configure this EIGRP, so we have to make use of router EIGRP and we have to give the one autonomous number, right, because it works within one autonomous system, right, work under the company, right. So let's take one autonomous number as 999, and one thing is to be noted here is that let's say we are having two different routers in the network. So this autonomous number is going to be the same on both the devices, then only it is going to communicate, right? Router EIGRP, and this is the autonomous number. So this number can be anything, it can be 1 also, right? If I put question mark here, so it is not showing this range here. So autonomous number, let me just take it 999, right? So you just have to remember like this, router EIGRP. So this command is going to enable this EIGRP, but we have to give this autonomous number also. And here we just need to like what we need to do, we just need to tell about our network, right? What all networks we have, we just need to like give the information, right? So how we will do, right? Network. So basically we have to advertise ourselves, right? So how we configure this EIGRP is like we just need to advertise our network. So whatever networks we have, as I showed you like in the previous command, we are having these networks, right? We have 12 network, we have 172.0.0.0 network. So we just need to advertise our network, rest of the work will be done by the EIGRP, right? So we can just advertise it with the help of this command, network space and the IP address. Same thing, network 172.16.0.0, right? So that is done. Let me just write the configuration, do write. The configuration is saved. So the same thing we have to do it in the other device also. I just need to check what command we have given. 999. So we have taken this autonomous system as 999. So we have to make use of this number only, right? So I am on my another router. So I am going to make use of router EIGRP 999, right? And here we also again have to like advertise our network. So here we have two networks, one is 12 network and one is 192.168 network, right? So I am going to make use of this command only, 12.0.0.0, right? And network 192.168.2.0, right? Do right. So my configuration is saved. So let me just see my routing table. Do show IP route. So guys, as you can see this, earlier we were only having the information about the directly connected devices, right, which was getting indicated with the help of this C, right? This C indicates that these are the directly connected devices, directly connected, and this D is basically used for this EIGRP. So whenever we will configure this EIGRP, so it will be denoted by alphabet D, right? So we have saved the configuration here, right? So let me just go to my other router also, and let me just see whether that route has been added to my routing table or not. So as you can see this, it is also having the information about the directly connected devices also, as well as it is also having the route for this EIGRP also, right? Right. So guys, I'm just going to ping it from here to here, right? Earlier we were not able to ping. Now we are just going to check whether we are able to do the communication or not. If the communication is not happening, then we are just going to troubleshoot, like how we can troubleshoot this, right? So let me just ping it from here to my second network. So we are just going to make use of this ping utility, ping 192.168.2.2, Let us wait. So guys, as you can see this, we are successfully able to do the communication with this help of this EIGRP, right? If I'll try to ping my other system also, so it is going to ping to 192.168.2.3. It is taking time because whenever we do it for the first time, so it process this ARP request, right? Address resolution protocol, that is what it takes time. Now if I'll try to ping, then it is not going to take time, right? Because it is having, now it has received all the information like the MAC address and all of the device from where we have started, like source address and destination address has been stored in its tables, right? So if I'll try to ping from this network to that network also, then that is also going to work, right? Ping 172.16.0.2. See this? So it's pinging. So this was all about for this EIGRP, and I hope you guys must have enjoyed this video and you must have learned something, right? So if you have any doubt related to any of the routing protocol like EIGRP, RIP or static route default, I am just going to come up with one more video on this default route, right? So that I am going to come very soon, and I would request, like, if I would request everyone, like, if you have any doubt or clarification, so I would suggest you to like put it down in the comment section, so that just I can read the comment and then I can help you on this, right? Because this is the only way we can like we will be able to resolve your queries. And if you really like the video, then I would like I would say you should like share it with your near and dear ones, and just put your comment so that like others can read it. And please help me subscribe, help me increase my subscriber also, because I'm very new to this YouTube channel and I'm just doing my best to help you guys, right? And I have prepared some note for this EIGRP, so that it is going to be useful for you. You can take it as a reference, because whenever you will watch this video, so if you refer this, then your EIGRP doubt will be clear. So I'm just going to open that note. This I have created today only. So this is going to help you, right? So here I have discussed about like what type of routing we have, right? As you can see this. So we have talked about static routing, default routing, dynamic routing, right? One second. Actually, I have created one more video, one more text file. So let me just check where exactly it is. It should be here. Yeah, it is here. Cisco. Yeah. So you guys, you can refer this one, right? That was the older one. So here I have like given you the explanation, like what exactly the EIGRP and what is this dual algorithm, what is distance vector, what is the multicast address of this EIGRP, what is the AD value of EIGRP, what is hello timer and what is hold down timer, which we have already discussed in detail, and what is autonomous system number and what is the range. Like as I told you in the beginning that when we talk about this autonomous system number, so it can be between the range of 1 to 65,535, right? And I have also explained you about this like faster convergence, in which like if any of the router gets down, then it is going to switch to the another network like in a very faster way, right? So that we have already discussed, and we have also discussed about the tables, like what all tables we have: network neighbor table, topology table and routing table, right? And we have also discussed about the like EIGRP packets. So guys, if you go through this in detail, then you will be able to clear all your interviews and all, right? So if I'll have to add something more into this EIGRP topic, then I would be coming with a one more topic like EIGRP 2, but I don't think so, like because I have covered each and everything in this topic. And if you guys have any doubt related to this EIGRP, then you please feel free to ping me. Like, you can just put it down in the comment section, and you can just put down your number also. So if I'll get your number, then I'll just give you a call, and we can have a conversation over the call also to clear your doubts, right. So thank you very much, guys, and thank you for watching my video, and hope to see you soon. Thank you.